All right, how are we doing this Saturday night? Friday night. I'm a day ahead, aren't I? Like, woo, I'm so excited about Derby Day. I've already just jumped ahead an entire 24-hour period. Let's try that again. How is everybody doing this Friday night? Hopefully all of you are doing well. I'm just getting our spreadsheet loaded up right now. If you'll bear with me here for a second, I got caught up in messages there for a minute, and so I got a little bit behind over here, but it'll just take a second and we'll be up and running. We are opening two things tonight. It'll be a case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys will be up first, and then a case of Diamond Kings baseball is going to follow that. And now I think our spreadsheet is ready to cooperate with us so we can get rolling. Feedback 100% automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. That way you never have to wait on me to get caught up, because goodness knows I feel like I never get caught up. Maybe I do eventually, but it doesn't feel like it. And then, of course, the second message there is simply to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me, keeps me company, and all of that. We are looking now at probably the wrong thing. How do I get these on the wrong tab like every other night? It seems like not really every other night, but anyway, it's fixed now. We are correctly now looking at the breaks that are coming up in the days ahead. So this stuff is already up and running on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the next few days. Tomorrow night is Derby Day rather, and so we're taking tomorrow night off. On Sunday, we have an early start time of 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We're going to open a half case of Score football. It's the back half of the case we started on release night. And veteran base cards have their own bidding spot in there, okay? They don't ship to the teams, has its own bidding spot. Teams are going to get all the rookie cards, inserts, numbered cards, autographs. On Monday, half case of Flawless Football. That is the back half of a case, and then a full case of National Treasures basketball. On Tuesday, we're going to break a Gold Rush autographed basketball jersey, another box/case of our Gold Rush basketball value packs, and a half case of Bowman baseball, which will be the start of a new case. On Wednesday, we'll start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Spectra basketball, which we were expecting Wednesday. We got word today the release date for that has been pushed back. So on Wednesday, we're only going to be opening a 5-box case of the autographed jerseys and then a 12-box case of Tier 1 baseball. So Tier 1 is our only new release for this upcoming week, at least on Wednesday. All right, there's a lot of information on this page. Here's basically what you need to know. The autographed football jerseys, they're going to be on the way to our winning bidders, whatever jerseys are pulled, of course, no later than Friday a week from today. Free shipping stuff is always projected out approximately a week after the fact. Now, most often they go faster than that. Sometimes they go a lot faster than that. It just means it won't be any later than that. And then we have one paid shipping break tonight, which is Diamond Kings baseball. I'm anticipating that to be on the way to you approximately Tuesday. As always, if I can get something out to you faster than the date you see posted, I will. And if something super unexpected happens, I could always be a day later than I have written there, but I try to hit it as close to on the money as we can. Consolation cards. You don't need to worry about that in Diamond Kings. Every team is going to pull cards. But if you are in the football jersey break and your team is not one of the teams pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series, and I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. So typically with a free shipping break, I would just hang on to your consolation cards until the next time that you have a package shipping, and then I would gather up any and all that you are due, and I would send them out all at once. Now, if you're in that jersey break and you're due consolation cards and you don't want to wait for your next package to ship, that's okay too. All you need to do is send me a message, let me know that, and I will get you taken care of. No worries. So first up is our 5-box case of 2019 TriStar Game Day Greats autographed jerseys. This is a full case break. It's break number 3. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Friday night. the 3rd of May. And of course, our team names are on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. And a new spreadsheet will go up before we start on Diamond Kings. So that is what you need to know if you're in waiting there in the wings for Diamond Kings, is you're going to get a chance to see your name up there shortly. Last but not least, you're going to notice the background going out of focus ever so slightly. And don't sweat that. We're going to be able to still see everything we need to see. All right, take my word for it. Just trust me on that one. Let me get our case of jerseys up here and opened up, and then we can see what fun awaits us here with TriStar tonight. I believe this is, it's one, well, why can't I get that again? I think it is one Hall of Famer and 2 current stars and 2 football favorites, I think is the way they say these cases are supposed to be lined up. I believe that's the way TriStar says it anyway, so I'm going to get 4 of these out of the way, and the 5th one we'll work on. Jay Allen. Hi, Jay Allen. Somebody's username is Go Reds. Go Reds. Let me tell you what. First of all, super psyched that Nick Senzel is up. Like, super stoked about that. And he's already made a beautiful catch in center field, by the way. But also, we were really, like, crushing the Giants, 8-0. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, it's like 10-7 or something. Sonny Gray gave away part of that before they decided to retire him, and then I don't know what happened. We just fell in a hole. But we better come out and win that game. My God, after as far ahead as we were. Okay, so this is Gary Beban. Beban, yeah, what it appears to be. And there is your signature and your JSA authentication. What I want to know is your JSA card that matches the sticker. I know this is a custom jersey. I suspect it's a UCLA jersey. It could be a Rams jersey, but yeah, it's not numbered. So, because he played for more than one team, this fellow did. So I need to roll over here to NFL.com and let's do a little research on him. You guys kind of know how this works. If somebody has got something we need to try to figure out there what his deal is. 16, if that was his number with one team or the other, although I suspect that's the number he had all the way through his career. But we need to try to find out a little info on that. That's obviously doesn't appear to be the color of a Redskins jersey. So that would have to be, I would guess, the Rams then, from where he was drafted by the Rams, or is that UCLA? That's the question. Did he ever? No. He was drafted by the Rams, but did he ever play for the Rams? Oy. All right, we're gonna have to dig into this one a little bit because I'm not sure. He definitely played for the Redskins. That's clearly not a Redskins jersey. However, if it is his number with UCLA and it's a UCLA jersey, and he never played for the Rams, then it would still go to the Redskins. But if that is a Rams jersey, then it would go, to the Rams. So we're going to go back to that one in a minute. All right. I love it when they give us these super complicated, stupid ones. But because I'm going to have to do a little research to find out if he ever played for the Rams or if he just was dealt straight to the Redskins or not. And meanwhile, Kirk and Alan J. and Jay Allen and Robert and David and Ruben are all here. There were some, one unpaid team, but I sold it already to the underbidder before we ever got here. That looks like Alvin Kamara. And is JSA authenticated there on the bottom. JSA authentication card to go with it. And then your little TriStar informational card. So, of course, that's headed to the Saints. And Jay Allen, you said you need Kansas City and Philadelphia and Diamond Kings. You got a 4:45 a.m. wake-up call. Whew, that is, like, not cool. That is terrible. You said if you come up here, can you go to the Derby? Hey, well, if you have got enough money to buy a ticket at this late date, then sure, man, come on. They charge a ridiculous sum of money to attend the Derby these days, unless you want to go to the infield. Hi, Brad. Ruben says, it looks, you think they have your old high school jersey in this product. Well, sometimes they do put high school jerseys in here. You know, that's what we got to go back and figure out in a minute on the other one. Jim Plunkett, well, we know where he goes. That's an Oakland Raider. You got the signature and a very nice inscription to go with. Your JSA authentication sticker, your JSA authentication card, and the Raiders. And then you guys are going back and forth about, yeah, I know on the B-Band, I know he didn't, well, I didn't know. I didn't think he played for the Rams, that he played for the Redskins. But what I was still trying to figure out was if that was his UCLA jersey or not. Because I thought when I originally looked at it that those might be UCLA colors. So that's kind of what I was trying to determine. And if that is the case, I'm trying to get this sealed up while I'm talking and looking at chat. And I should have just let it roll, but I don't know. I think it was sealed back up very well. But if that was his UCLA jersey, which I kind of think it is, then that's going to go to the Redskins. Because that would be the team that he played for. But I got to look all that up in a minute to see if that was his number at UCLA or not. I hate when they give us these ambiguous ones, you know, like when they're on the high school jerseys and things. All right, this is, there's a lot of information on here for Sammy, and it would certainly seem that he is a Redskin. And this is a super heavy thing, so I want to see if this might be perhaps a licensed jersey or not. It's PSA DNA. There's your autograph right there at the top. And this is a really heavy jersey. And did he sign it on the front too? Oh, bizarre. It is not. It is a custom jersey, but kind of cool that we opened it up because he signed it inside on the front in like a blue marker. And this is like an old school long sleeve jersey. And then he signed it on the back with a silver marker. So, wow. All right. Dual signed jerseys. Well, not dual signed. One jersey signed twice by the same guy. And it did not have a PSA DNA card in there, you note. It had the sticker, but there was no accompanying PSA DNA card. There was only this card to go with it. But nonetheless, we do know he's a Redskin. It tells us right on there. So, Redskins heading there. Okay, we got one left. And then we're going to go back and check out B-Ban and find out what his number was at UCLA. Amari Cooper. And the question here, which jersey do they have him on? The Raiders or the Cowboys? JSA authentication. And a signature there, your JSA sticker, and it looks like the Cowboys, doesn't it? That's blue. It is not black. So that looks like we have correctly have Amari Cooper signed on a Cowboys jersey, the navy blue and white. So, Amari Cooper for the Cowboys. Sam Ball for the Redskins. Jim Plunkett for the Raiders. Alvin Kamara for the Saints. And then this guy that we got to deal with, this V-Van here. So what I'm looking up here, basically, kids, is whether or not his number at UCLA was 16. If it was, and I think it probably was, then that is on his collegiate jersey, which would then by default mean it goes to the team he played for the longest in the NFL, which clearly is the Redskins. So I'm just going to Google what number did he wear at UCLA, and then we're going to find out. At least I hope we are. Where at UCLA, because that is UCLA colors anyway. Where are we, buddy? Your college. What number did you wear? Why doesn't it tell us what number you wore? Oh, well, there's an old picture where it looks like he's wearing the number 16 in his UCLA uniform. So, yeah. All right, so this, I believe, is his collegiate jersey. And then, by virtue of the fact that that's his collegiate jersey, definitely heads to the team that he played for the longest, which was the Redskins. So Redskins going home with 2, Cowboys with 1, Raiders with 1, and the Saints with 1. Let me get these put up out of the line of fire here, guys, and I will be right back with you, and we will head into a little Diamond Kings. All right, let's get DK up on the table here and get cracking into that. Jacob, you said you got 3 of the jerseys tonight? Wow, that is crazy good luck. I should ask you who your Derby horse is. You seem to have the winning touch right now. Do you follow the horses? Do you have a horse tomorrow, Jacob? I'd be willing to put down some money. You definitely have the mojo flowing in your favor. Oh, I forgot to put up our spreadsheet, didn't I? I just opened the case, getting ready to set the boxes out, but I forgot to show you this. So, of course, you already saw most of that, right? You already know all the shipping info because we went over that. But if you missed it, there it is up on the screen. Check it out. Hit me up with questions. 12-box case of 2019 Diamond Kings baseball. This break number 6 and the last of the Diamond Kings. Team names are on the left, and of course, your name is up in lights across from your team if you are the winning bidder tonight in Diamond Kings for one of our spots. Now, I can start taking the boxes out of here. Now we'll get going. Jay Allen, you said this is the last of the Diamond Kings. You need your luck back. You need a cut signature or a George Brett autograph and a Reese Hoskins. All right, that's a tall order, man. I don't know if I can find all that, but I'll try. I'll do my best. So we've got 12 boxes of this. Each one of our boxes here is going to have 2 autographs or memorabilia cards in it, or some combination thereof. So most of the time, it's a 1 and 1. You know, we end up with 1 autograph and 1 memorabilia card the vast majority of the time. Maybe every once in a while it might be different, but that's generally it. In the first half of this case, we did hit the downtown insert. I made a point of making a note of that so I would remember, because I knew somebody will want to know. But we did not find any sort of cut signature in the first half of the case. And of course, I know in general, the report has been that most cases have one of each. However, we had one case that had neither. And then we had our first case had one of each. Our second case didn't have either one. And this is our third case, and each case, of course, has two 12-box inners in it. So our third case, which this is the last of, we found the downtown. Haven't yet found the cut signature. Hope it's in here, but we don't know for sure. We'll find out. In addition to our autographs and memorabilia cards, there'll be a variety of other inserts. Some of them will be numbered, not all of them. When we come across a card that is facing backwards, like when we see it, we're looking at the back of it instead of the front of it. That's technically a short print, according to Panini. I will tell you that my definition of short print and their definition of short print are probably a little bit different, because we see a lot of most of those. You know, with tops in a short print, most of the time, you know, you're not going to see multiples of the same card within the same case. Whereas in the Diamond King short prints, you often will see multiples within the same case even. But anything that's of particular note, we'll call it out as we go along. The other thing in here that is important to note is we got a lot of old timers in here, and there's some special little stuff you have to know about them. Most of it has to do with franchise history. So there are guys in here who used to play for the Boston Braves, and the card may say Boston, but of course cards always stay with their franchises. So the old Boston Braves and the old Milwaukee Braves, which would just say Milwaukee, both go to the current Atlanta Braves. There are a couple of guys in here that were the old Philadelphia A's. So they say Philadelphia on them, but they don't go to the Phillies, because the old Philadelphia A's are the current Oakland A's. Ditto with New York. We have a lot of New York Giants in here. And believe it or not, they became the San Francisco Giants. They did not become the New York Mets. So all those old guys from New York Giants days go to the current San Francisco Giants. And then we'll have some cards in here from the Senators. And of course the Senators, oh, there have been lots of Senators, but these particular ones happen to have a date on them of 1919, which would mean they became the Twins, because the Senators from 1901 through 1960 were the Twins. They didn't become the Rangers until the group that was there from 61 to like 70 or whatever. Matsui for the Yankees with an insert. This is Ty Cobb, of course, insert there for the Detroit Tigers. So, I mean, that's the most of it. This guy right here, that is the guy who is a Boston Brave, which means he really is an Atlanta Brave for the purpose of where that card goes. And if you guys have questions about how any of that works, you can hit me up and let me know. But that's kind of a general rundown of most of the franchise stuff you need to know. Meanwhile, hey, Yankees, Mickey Mantle relic. Ah, sweet. I like that very, very much. And it is Mickey Mantle Fantasy Camp used material provided by his family. All right. Well, anyway, it's numbered to 7, and it's really cool if you have the Yankees. So there you go. That's my thought on that. And Jacob, you do follow horse racing, and you like Improbable. I like Improbable a little bit too. I've already got a little money on him. David, you've got the Indians and the Rockies. So thank you. You picked up then our unpaid team there that I was referencing earlier with the Indians. You were kind enough to pick that up, so thank you for that. Dale Murphy, which I put in upside down. All right, we'll try that again. Autograph and relic, numbered to what? 25 over there on the side. So that relic right there in particular is very nice. It looks like it's part of the tomahawk. So Dale Murphy, Atlanta Braves. Heirs to the throne. There are a lot of these. Many of them, like this one, they feature the same team on both sides. When we have the same team on both sides, we're good to go. The few that have a different team on one side than the other, we'll have to set aside, and we'll deal with those at the very end of the break. There's Yelich for the Brewers. Again, that's technically, they're going to consider that to be a short print anytime they're facing backwards. There's a Beltre for the Dodgers, and a Vlad Guerrero Sr. For the Anaheim Angels, framed. And, oh, QP is looking for some Vlad. Senior or junior or both? I'm assuming junior, right? And Roberto, you're here looking for some White Sox. All right, we'll see if we can't find you a little luck for your Chicago White Sox then. We have Houston on both sides of that card, so good to go. This guy is an example I was talking about that is a New York Giant, which will go to the San Francisco Giants, not the New York Mets. That guy was never a Met. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. And we've got lots of these little inserts. This guy also was a New York Giant, which means San Fran. Portraits, those are cool little inserts. Occasionally we'll find some of those numbered. Rizzo short. We might even find a few artist proofs. We usually do. The artist proofs are also not numbered, but they will be stamped. They'll have a little gold foil stamp on them that will say artist proof. So that's how we'll know when we find one. Brooklyn Dodgers, of course, are current LA Dodgers, so that's an easy one. St. Louis Cardinals, framed. And a little flashback there for the Cubbies. And that is box number 1. Ah, Matthew, you've got the Atlanta Braves tonight, I guess. Nice. All right, well, that's a good way to start your night then, Matthew. And QP, it is Vlad Jr. that you're looking for. I don't blame you. Vlad Jr. is I think about what everybody's looking for right now, aren't they? He's one of the hot ones this year, of course. I was really glad they finally brought him up. I'm really glad they finally got Senzel up tonight too. I mean, he hasn't exactly been killing it at the plate, but that's okay. I mean, it's his first game in the big leagues. I'm happy that he's looking good. He looks comfortable, made good catch. He got on base once with a walk anyway, from what I saw. Ooh, ho-ho, how about that? DeGrom for the Mets. That's an unexpected little hit right there. That's very nice, numbered to 10. It's a sticker autograph on there, but that's on the DK205 insert, which is actually my favorite insert in this card set. And DeGrom to 10, Mets. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. Kyle Tucker short. Heir to the throne, we have Boston on both sides, so no worries. The Rays with a framed Blake Snell. Oh, Matthew, that's yours too? Oh, you are crushing it, man. Matthew's like, yeah, this is easy. I like this. Sometimes you have those kind of nights where it just all flows your way. Here comes a Toronto Blue Jay. It's not the one QP wants, I know that, but at least we know you're not going to go home empty-handed. You have a Ryan Borucki relic to get things rolling. Rays on both sides. And onward and upward we go. Matthew, yeah, I knew you had a lot of teams. I just couldn't remember which one specifically you had. You've got a lot, and then there's another bidder that has about an equal number. I think each of you ended up with 8 or 9 teams apiece. So the two of you will be getting very large packages. Although, as I said before, I mean, every team's going to get cards of some sort out of here. There's just so much stuff in here. There's so many cards. You're definitely going to get something. It's another Vlad Guerrero Senior insert. Verlander insert. Yeah, I wish that Mickey Mantle had been the cut signature. Wouldn't that have been something? I feel like someone told me, though, that maybe they saw that come out already somewhere out of a break. Stanton and the Yankees framed. Beltre framed. Dodgers. Nolan Ryan, short for the Rangers. I don't know if it was, I think it was the Mickey Mantle, somebody told me. Baltimore Orioles, short, heir to the throne. We've got Cubs on front and back. And that's box number 2. So yeah, I tell you what, if my Reds mess around and end up losing that game after having an 8-0 lead, oh my gosh, I'll lose my mind. So that better not happen. That would be a very Reds-like thing to have happen, though, wouldn't it? But I don't think they're going to. I think we're going to win. We're going to win, win, win. And I tell you what, Derek Dietrich, like, how are we not playing him every day? It seems like every time the guy gets in, I mean, he's just knocking the cover off the ball. Tonight, he hits not 1 but 2 homers, 3 runs apiece, twice within the first 3 innings of the game. So he accounted for 6 of the runs that we had by the 4th inning. And every time he gets in there, he's just absolutely knocking it silly. How are we not playing him every single day? We should be. We need to be. We need all the runs we can get. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, White Sox, framed. Wade Boggs, Red Sox, short. And there comes a Tejeda insert. I kind of like these inserts too. They're pretty cool. This particular one, though, is an artist proof. You can see it marked up there in the corner. It blends in a little bit, but there is a gold foil stamp up there designating that. It's for the Oakland A's. And as I mentioned before, the artist proofs are not numbered. So we don't know exactly how many of them they make. But, you know, it's probably not a ton. Bob Gibson, Cardinals, short. Yeah, I debated about whether or not I wanted to get more Diamond Kings. One of my distributors does have some left, Beltre and the Rangers. But then when I looked at the fact that we still have Gypsy Queen to break, and we still have more, there's a little bit of Heritage left, and then there's a bunch of Bowman left. I thought, ooh, I better go on and break what we have. Urias for the Padres. Dual relics, both 2 color, numbered to 49. So I decided not to ultimately bring in more Diamond Kings and just leave it with what we had. Tier 1, of course, coming out Wednesday, but it's pretty quick to break, relatively speaking. It's just a 1-pack per box product. It's got good hits in it, but there's just, you know, there's not a ton of cards. So that one doesn't take terribly long to break, but we do have I don't know, a fair amount of it coming. I think, I want to say maybe 7 or 8 cases or something coming of Tier 1. Chance Adams autograph. New York Yankees. Debo breaks. It says that's sad. He loves Diamond Kings. That's the Oakland A's on the front, the Rangers on the back. So that one we do have to set aside, meaning at the end of the break we'll have to determine which one of those teams will be taking that card home. Acuna framed for Atlanta. What is coming out? Tier 1 comes out on Wednesday. And that's it on Wednesday. Freddie Freeman, Atlanta Braves. The Rockies on the front, the Orioles on the back. We were supposed to get, there's a Randy Johnson for the D-backs. We were supposed to get Spectra basketball on Wednesday, but they announced that the date got pushed for that, so we're not getting it on Wednesday now. So Tier 1 is the only release there. Friday is, at this point in time, expected to be Leaf Best of Sports. So we'll see if it sticks or not. You know, Leaf is notorious for moving their dates. And they just sent out a calendar a couple of days ago. And they moved a lot of stuff massively. I mean, things that we were expecting to come out in maybe a week or 2 weeks, now they've got showing coming out like at the end of June and weird stuff like that. So with Leaf, I never quite count on it until it's, you know, a couple days out. And then you can look and make sure you've got tracking that's actually going to show up. Although, in the past, there have been 2 different times where Leaf has not announced the date change until, like, the day of release. You know, so you'll have the break listed and ready to go and ending that night and everything, and then they announced that morning, oh yeah, we're going to move this product. So it's like, oh, thanks for the notice there. Kansas City Royals, Brad Keller, framed. But as it stands right now, that would be the only Friday release if it really shows up. Ramirez for the Indians. Brad Keller is our second autograph for the Kansas City Royals. And so Leaf Best of Sports, for those of you who may have done a break with me or with someone else for Leaf Best of anything else, football, basketball, baseball, Severino for the Yankees framed. It's just like that. It's that same format that we had in the other sports, you know, so it's a buyback card and will either be graded or encased, but it could be, it's a multi-sport product. So that's the difference. Satchel Paige, rather, St. Louis Browns of yesteryear are the current Baltimore Orioles. So the Satchel Paige cards go to the Orioles. Robinson Cano. How about a relic there for Seattle Mariners? Because they must be getting rid of all those old uniforms they still had hanging around, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter. Hey, he plays for another team now. We better start cutting up those Mariners uniforms. Yeah, QP Spectra is always a fun break. It's always nice to open Spectra. I was really actually kind of looking forward to it because we haven't had a basketball release since National Treasures. And so I kind of thought it'd be nice to get it on in the door myself, but it is not to be. It got moved. Yes, Debo, there are Topps Tier 1 is all, there's no base cards in Tier 1. It's all hits in there. That is Rivera for the Yankees. And it is a relic and 2 autographs. You are correct. And it is 1 pack per box. And I believe, yeah, I'm 99% sure there's no base cards in there. I think it's just going to be the three hits per box and then the 12 boxes per case. Kershaw framed Dodgers. We've got Rockies on the front, Orioles on the back, so it slides up there to our housekeeping area. An artist proof for the Mets, Syndergaard. And you are asking, David said, what were the last 2 autographs? What were the last 2 autographs? The last thing we pulled was the Robinson Cano relic. Before that, Brad Keller and Chance Adams. I just had to look at Brad Keller because I couldn't remember. And then I think Chance Adams was the other one. Yeah, I always like Tier 1 too, Debo. Some people don't like it. I don't know why, really. But there are always a few people every year that are like, I don't like Tier 1. Of course, there's always people, there's always sets people don't like. I myself have sets that are more my favorite than others. So I think that's kind of natural, but I've always rather liked Tier 1 myself. 5-star, I like that as well. It's rare, though, really, when you think about it, for us to get a baseball release that doesn't have a lot of base cards. I mean, there's a handful of them, but it seems like the majority of baseball releases do have a lot of base cards, whereas the majority of basketball releases don't have nearly as many, and football releases, they definitely have base card heavy sets, but they have an awful lot that are kind of what I call mid-level in terms of number of cards. Oh yeah, for sure, Debo. As there's absolutely, there's always going to be people that don't like certain sets, and other people love it, and I mean, that's just human nature. Just like I don't love white cars, and my mom drives a white car, and she doesn't really love red cars, and I drive a red car. Matsui for the Yankees, that's just personal preferences. Judge and Ruth, Yankees, both sides, so we don't need to do anything with that. Ortiz, Orioles, short. Cubbies, Sandberg, short. A portrait, Ricky Henderson for the Oakland A's. Debo, you like red cars? I have driven red cars, gosh, most of my life. I think I've only had 2 cars that haven't been red ever. I don't know why. My first car was a red car, and the vast majority since have been that. Vlad Guerrero Jr. coming out for the Blue Jays. We don't have ink on it, but we are inching ever closer to getting what you want. Your Blue Jays are having good mojo tonight anyway, thus far, so inching along, trying to get you there. Boston Red Sox, Jimmy Fox. An artist proof, another Syndergaard for the Mets. Yeah, see, QP, I told you we're getting the mojo flowing in your direction. I believe you said that earlier too. You're like you're just getting warmed up. Diamond Kings is warming up for you, I think is the way you put it. Sounds like about right. Otani Angels. Short it was. Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves. Another nice hit on the DK205 insert. Is Freddie not numbered? I guess he's not. I would have thought he would have been. Either way, Braves with a pair of nice looking hits so far tonight. Astros. It was Astros both sides, was the point of that. I think I just said Astros, but in my head I was going, yeah, that's Astros both sides, so we don't have to set it aside. But I think I only spit out a small portion of that. Indians, Jose Ramirez insert. A little Ken Griffey Jr. Cal Ripken, Baltimore Orioles, framed. Oh yeah, you like that, Freddie Freeman? I just like that insert set. That is by far my favorite insert in Diamond Kings this year. So whenever we can pull an autograph on that DK205 card set, I'm really happy with that. Little Jackie Robinson, Dodgers framed. Rivera, New York Yankees in the house. Of course, the Yankees already had the nice Mickey Mantle relic. Ty Cobb and the Tigers. Mookie Betts portrait. And a crowning moments insert for Vlad Guerrero Jr. in the Toronto Blue Jays. A Mike Trout insert. Crowning moment, A-Rod as a Ranger. An artist proof for the Minnesota Twins. Yeah, I know, Debo. I would like to see some more on-card autographs and some of Panini's stuff. It's harder to get on-card with Panini Baseball. But I don't know. My only thought on that, I guess, is just that because they hold the licenses for the NBA and the NFL, they've got a lot of legwork trying to get this stuff signed and back from everybody. They've got a lot of athletes to deal with. And then baseball, of course, just adds to that mix. But since they're not licensed in baseball, I guess they can't really hold like the rookie premier events. And that's where they get a lot of the on-card stuff signed in the NBA and NFL from the rookies anyway. And they don't really technically, I guess, have a baseball rookie event. So I feel like that's probably part of the reason. And then Topps, because they are now single sport, they have a lot more time to go round it up and get it in person. So Montreal Expos, guys, of the old days are the current Washington Nationals. So we do have two different teams on that card. With Vlad Guerrero Sr., of course, on the back. Oh, Robin Yount, that's throwback. Brewers. Love that. I always did like him. Milwaukee with a nice relic and autograph. And then we have Houston Astros. Valdez, nice relic on the left in particular, numbered to 99. Syndergaard Mets. Pulled a lot of Syndergaard Mets, haven't we? A couple of artist proofs and a short print, and lots of Thor making an appearance tonight, it seems. Debo says, yeah, maybe I can tell Panini no more sticker autos. Yeah, listen, from their perspective, oh gosh. You know, you say since I break so many cases, I do break a lot of stuff, that is for sure. But in the grand scheme of what Panini sells, they would consider me like probably a flea on an ant, you know? Like maybe even something smaller than that, like an amoeba on a flea on an ant kind of deal. I think it's crazy, but anyway. Oh no, David says, oh man, he is not having good luck with his Indians or his Rockies. So we need to try to get him a little love going. All right. We'll try to make some magic happen here for your Rockies and your Indians. And to your point, you're right. We are at the halfway mark. I do usually announce that, and I forgot tonight. We have opened 6 boxes. We have 6 left to go, including the one that I'm currently getting out of the wrappers. Yeah, I think I'm about to have heat stroke. My AC started leaking a bunch of water today, so I had to turn it off, and I called the heating and air people, and they said, oh, it's probably a drain, something backed up, something, whatever. And they're like, yeah, we can't come out today, but we can come out Monday. I was like, Monday? I'm going to just sweat to death. And then I looked at the forecast and saw that today's the warmest day, and it's not going to be too bad tomorrow and the next day, but it's kind of toasty in here tonight. I'm going to tell you that. Danny Jansen, Toronto Blue Jays, taking home another one. Dual relics and autographs on that one. So, yeah, I think, you know, maybe the heat is getting to my brain. It is hot in here. Vlad Guerrero, that senior there, once again, Montreal Expos to the Washington Nationals, following their franchise down the road. Gleyber Torres, artist proof, New York Yankees. Pee Wee Reese, Brooklyn Dodgers / LA Dodgers. Oh, you said the Rockies are getting destroyed in real life too? Oh gosh, what's the score? Beltre and Chapman, 2 different teams, so it hides out up there in housekeeping. Satchel Paige, once again, St. Louis Browns are the Baltimore Orioles, following the franchise. You said pull a cheesy gordita crunch relic. Listen, I might eat it if I did. I haven't had dinner, so hey, if I pulled a cheesy gordita crunch relic, I might just eat it. Adrian Beltre, Dodgers. Chipper Jones, Atlanta Braves. Framed. You know, they used to number those framed autographs in the past, but I haven't seen any numbered ones yet this year, so maybe they didn't. Either they didn't number any this year, or they're really hard to come by. Realmuto for the Marlins, short. Larry Doby or Doby, Cleveland, short. And an A-Rod coming up for the New York Yankees, a little Jersey Kings relic for Alex Rodriguez and the Yankees. We've got Rockies on the front, Orioles on the back, so it slides up there into our TBD housekeeping section. Well, he says open the windows and get the AC going. I would love to, but my allergies are out of control. And yeah, opening the window and letting in all that pollen would probably throw me into a giant asthma attack that would never end. So we've just got all the fans on, and it didn't get super hot outside today, but it's, you know, it's toasty in here right now. Probably about 75, 76. Like, it's not cool by any means. But I think it's only supposed to get up into the 60s maybe tomorrow and the following day, and then they'll be here Monday morning, so. Oh, you said that I'm not hip to your street slang for your card collecting. Okay, so whatever your cheesy gordita crunch is was a reference to something else. Okay, sorry, brother. I guess that tells you where my head is, though, and I'm already thinking about dinner. Which I should have had before the break, but I ran out of time. I was working on sorting today. All that, oh man, all that contenders, draft picks, and score with the rookies. Kyle Tucker Astros, which I have not memorized all of them or nearly all of them yet since the draft. So the sort takes forever because they're all in their collegiate uniforms. Takes like twice, 2-3 times as long as it should otherwise. Cleveland Indians, Michael Brantley. Jersey Kings. Corbin Burns. Milwaukee Brewers, Dual Relics autograph. We've got Houston on the front, Houston on the back. We're good to go there. Ty Cobb, Detroit Tigers, framed. I don't suppose anybody's got any updates on the Reds game score, do you, by chance? Ripken, Orioles, short. Framed Josh James, Astros. You said, oh, you're sad because it was a Jersey King. Well, yeah. Cleveland Indians, Jose Ramirez. They do get you sometimes that way. That's Angels on the front, Yankees on the back. So it's up in housekeeping. Nolan Ryan, short, Rangers. Artist proof, Yelich, Brewers. He's another one that was knocking the cover off the ball until he tweaked his back, I think it was, a little bit. Base running a week or so ago. All right, we have 8 down, 4 to go. Before we'll be waving goodbye to Diamond Kings. Still haven't seen the cut signature, if it's in here. I mean, I know it's not guaranteed to come out of every master case, and certainly we did have one. We had a master case without one, but I know the vast majority of you tell me that most of the cases have them, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we do somewhere in here. Excuse me, Kevin Kramer, Pittsburgh Pirates, autograph and relic. Somebody hiding behind Joey Votto. It was an Indian, an old-timer Indian. Dakota Hudson, framed, Cardinals. Vlad Guerrero Sr., Montreal Expos are Washington Nationals. That was a short print. A Roger Maris artist proof, New York Yankees. Valdez, Houston Astros. Baltimore Orioles and the Rockies. So we have to slide that up there and find it a new forever home at the end of the break. A-Rod Rangers. I always find it interesting that they take the same player and they'll put them in for multiple teams within the card set when we do Diamond Kings. Kansas City Royals, throwback Greinke framed. Acuna, Braves are just racking up the hits tonight in here. Ronald Acuna Jr., Diamond Deco. Those are very nice relics, as a matter of fact. It's numbered to 25, and I like the balance on it, too. It's a nicely done card there for Diamond Deco and Acuna. The Atlanta Braves are doing pretty well in this break. Several nice hits. George Brett, Kansas City Royals, framed. Jose Ramirez, Indians, short. 3 to go. What's the best cut signature that you all have seen come out of one of these products? Out of Diamond Kings, I mean. The cut signatures are always pretty interesting, but I'd like to pull one of the big ones, you know? I'd like to pull a Babe Ruth or a Mickey Mantle or a Ty Cobb or something like that. You know, another place that has good cut signatures for baseball when they do, oh my gosh, I just blanked on the name of it. It's a Leaf product, History of Baseball, where it's all cut signatures. I like that product too. Because we've definitely pulled some pretty good names out of it in the past. Yankees front and back. Hang on, we had Bregman trying to hide there. Andujar, Yankees, framed. We have ourselves a Perez for the Houston Astros. And it is also autograph and dual relics. Crowning moments, Freddie Freeman, Braves. Beltre framed, Rangers. I also kind of like that we get those little block cards in there too. Ah, those come in handy for shipping sometimes. Ryan O'Hearn, Royals, short. Rowdy Tellez, short, Blue Jays. We have Yankees front and back. An artist proof for the Detroit Tigers with Christian Stewart. Yeah, those little block cards used to be, it seems like, in just about every product that Panini had, but you don't find them in nearly as many products as you used to. Well, they weren't in every product, but you know what I mean. The ones that were designed for retail. That is short for the Cardinals with Ponce de Leon. They don't have them in there quite as much as they used to, it seems like. Crowning Moment, Goldschmidt, also framed, Diamondbacks. Nolan Ryan, hey, New York Mets. Dual relics and numbered to 10. You know, it's numbered to 10, but yet those relics are like kind of boring, right? Am I right? If it's numbered to 10, don't you kind of think like, ooh, you're going to have something a little more interesting on it than just 2 Navy sort of relics? But what are you going to do? That's what they gave us. Verlander framed, Astros. Shohei Ohtani framed for the Angels, and then we have Expos and Blue Jays with Guerrero Jr. and Sr. involved with that card. Ortiz, Baltimore Orioles, framed. Daniel Murphy. We have pinstripes. What do you know about that? Is it numbered? It's not numbered. Honestly, I didn't remember Daniel Murphy playing for New York. But there you go. Crowning Moment, Yankees. A Mike Trout insert. Another Valdez. We already pulled one Valdez. I'm pretty sure it was, right? Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure we did. Astros. So I think you've got a pair of those. An heir and a spare, so to speak. All right, Sandberg, Cubbies. Got Rays front and back on that one. Aguilar, Brewers, short print. Seems like he might be waking up a little bit at the plate. Shohei Ohtani short, Angels. Have they announced yet when he's going to be back in the rotation as DH? I kind of figured it would be maybe next month, but I haven't heard anything recently. Of course, obviously he's not pitching this year, but I think the plan is that he is gonna DH anyway. It is last box mojo time. This is where we try to find the heat, the fire, a cut signature if there is one. You know, in past years I definitely don't remember having a cut signature per case at all. And I really didn't think that we did this year either. I mean, I didn't, from the marketing materials, it didn't read that way, but I did have a number of you report that is often the case, so maybe we will in here, I don't know. So after we look through the cards from this last box, we will deal with these cards up here, which have two different teams on them. And after we deal with those cards, then we will recap things. That's the way it's got to roll. It's Rivera short, Yankees. Stanton framed, Yankees. We have two different teams on that one. Crowning moment, Angels, Trout. Ramirez, Cleveland, short. Guerrero Sr., short, Nationals. An artist proof for the Indians, Larry Doby. Which is it, guys? Is it Doby or Doby? Or maybe, whoops, that's the wrong sleeve. Maybe neither one, but I would think it would be one of the other of those. A Brad Keller. We've already seen Brad Keller once tonight, but guess what? We see him again. So if you have the Kansas City Royals, you've got a spare Brad Keller. That one is numbered, though, to 99. I don't think our first one was numbered. Not that I recall, anyway. We'll find out in a minute when we recap. And it is a Detroit Tiger. Harvey Kuhn to 25, dual relic, bat and uniform. Crowning A-Rod, Texas Rangers. Gleyber Torres, Yankees, framed. So yeah, see, now we only had a cut signature in one of 3 cases. That's about how I remember them coming out in the past, not super frequently. I'm talking 3 master cases, 6, 12 box cases. So I don't know who it was that told me that they saw it, that they were seeing them come out of every single case, but I can't believe we would not have one in 2 cases if they were supposed to be in every case, but I don't know. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just kind of set these out and see what, if anything, we have duplicates of. Because in the case where we have duplicates, it's going to be easy to deal with. And in the case where we don't, it'll be done a little differently. So these 2 cards are exactly the same. Neither one numbered or any different. So one is going to go to the Toronto Blue Jays. The other one's going to go to the Expos, which is the Nationals. We're just going to split those down the middle. Same thing here. You've got the Oakland A's on the front. You've got the Rangers on the back. So one will go to the A's. One will go to the Rangers. And we've got loads of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we'll send one to Baltimore, one to Colorado, one to Baltimore. I'm just showing you it's the same on both sides. One to Colorado. This one is a leftover. It's going to sit up there. So Colorado Rockies will get 2. The Baltimore Orioles will get 2. The 5th one we're going to use random to give out. And ditto with this Mike Trout Mickey Mantle because there happens to be only one of it. That's the wrong sleeve again. And to give these out, I will use random.org. I will bring you along with me, and it's pretty easy. We're just going to roll over here, and we'll type in front and back. And just to be clear, the front of the card is this. The back of the card, you can tell with the Panini logo, and it's got all the copyright and all that. That's the back of the card. So anytime I go to random where I have 9 or fewer items in a list, I do random 3 times. The first 2 times do not count. It is the 3rd and final random that will determine where this card goes, or cards in this case. So you can ignore the first one here, if it's going to go. Maybe I didn't click it. Ignore the second one. Here comes our 3rd and final. And there you see 3 times. We've got our date and time stamp, and it is going to the player on the back in each case. So on the back of this one, we have Mickey Mantle. It's going to go to the Yankees. On the back of this one, that's just the extra one. It's going to the Orioles. Of course, again, already the Orioles were getting 2, and already the Rockies are getting 2. This was just the 5th. The odd man out, so to speak. Obviously, I did not mark on your card. I circled on the sleeve, not on the card. All right, so that's got those all settled up. So let's recap the rest of the story. The recap. Detroit Tigers, relics. Houston Astros with some relics. The Brewers, that's a nice one. Robin Yount, autograph and relic. Love this. Freddie Freeman, Atlanta Braves. Vlad Guerrero Jr., everybody loves him, don't they? Toronto Blue Jays. The Mariners, some relics for Cano. Numbered to 99, you have a Brad Keller for the Royals. And look at that, a Brad Keller unnumbered for the Royals. How interesting. Then the New York Yankees have an autograph with Chance Adams. You have Valdez for the Astros, autograph and relic. Urias, Padres, relics. Some relics for the Blue Jays. A nice Jacob deGrom to 10 for the Mets. Relics for Daniel Murphy in New York. Relics for Nolan Ryan in New York. Relic and autograph for Dale Murphy in Atlanta. Mickey Mantle relics for New York. Perez, Houston, autograph and relics. Acuna, all relics, Atlanta Braves. Pittsburgh, Kevin Kramer, autograph and relic. Corbin Burns, Milwaukee Brewers, autograph and relic. Jersey Kings, Michael Brantley, Cleveland. Jersey Kings, A-Rod, Yankees. And Blue Jays, Danny Jansen, autograph and relics. All right, that has got our break all finished up for tonight and our recap as well. I am going to put up spreadsheet info here one more time. So if you missed the shipping information or if you missed what's coming up in the days ahead and you want to know about either one, here it comes. So the jerseys, of course, I'm expecting to get on the way approximately Friday. Actually, probably before that. I'll back up. The free shipping stuff is always projected out approximately a week after the break has ended. Most of the time it goes sooner than that, a lot of times much sooner than that. But it won't be any later than Friday if you're expecting one of the jerseys from that break tonight. If you were in that jersey break and your team was not one of the teams pulled, your consolation card is typically just going to be held on to until the next time you have a package shipping. And then I would gather up any and all that you were due and send them out all at once. If you don't want to wait for that, all you need to do is send me a message. Let me know. I will happily get you squared away. And of course, Diamond Kings, well, we don't have to worry there. Everybody's pulled cards in Diamond Kings, as you saw. A lot of cards in that set. Anticipating it to be on the way to you approximately Tuesday. If I can get it out to you faster than Tuesday, you know I absolutely will. And if something super unexpected happens, it could be a day later, but Tuesday is my best estimate at this point in time. Now, tomorrow off. No breaks tomorrow night. Derby Day, so we're taking Saturday off. Sunday will be starting early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We're going to break a half case of Score Football. Please remember, veteran base cards do not ship to the teams. They have their own bidding spot. Monday night, Flawless Football half case. It's the back half of a case we started last night, I think it was. And another case of National Treasures basketball. Tuesday, a Gold Rush autographed basketball jersey, a box/case of Gold Rush basketball value packs, and a half case of Bowman baseball, which will be the start of a new case. On Wednesday, we're going to start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. We've got one new release that day. It's Topps Tier 1 Baseball. We will break a full case of that and another 5-box case of our TriStar Game Day Greats autograph football jerseys. So that's all the news about what's coming up, and I guess that has got us squared up for tonight. So thank you once again for spending part of your Friday with me. I'm so glad you were here. I appreciate you hanging out with me and chatting with me and everything. And, of course, off tomorrow night. We'll be back at it Sunday night. So if I don't see you then, I hope I will see you again soon. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you the next time. Bye now.